Hello friends, welcome to TechEasy YouTube channel. Friends, in today's video, we are going to discuss how we can easily implement the CIS benchmark on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9 or Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 or Red Hat Enterprise Linux 10. Okay, basically all the concept will remain same. Most of the also script will be same, but this video will be the particularly we will perform on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9. So basically in this video we will see how we can implement the CIS benchmark on our RHEL line system. It means in another way, if say how we can harden our RHEL 9 operating system at CIS benchmark. Okay, on recommendation of CIS. So if you don't know what is the CIS, so basically CIS is the Center of Internet Security. Okay, so it's provides some benchmarks. So if you don't know how you can download these benchmarks, then you can just see my previous video, okay, on the same where I have introduced what is CIS benchmark, what is the guidelines there, okay, how we can easily download these. So it's basically a 1000 page, you can say 1102 pages are there in this complete PDF book. Okay, so this is for Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9. Same document is applicable on mostly on RHEL 8. Although you can download from there, a separate document is there, but I have verified that most of the content are same except only 1 to 2 sections. Okay, so you will get same on 8 or 9. Okay, and for OEL 8 and OEL 8, RHEL 8 and OEL 9, Red Hat 9, like Oracle Enterprise Linux 9 and Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9, they are exactly same. There are no changes at all. Okay, just their name is changes because support provider is Red Hat here and their support provider is Oracle. Okay, so there is only that difference. It means OEM is different only. Okay, so without wasting time, let's go with this CIS benchmark. Okay, for Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9, this is the version 2. Okay, let's see what are the table of contents here. It's basically here overview, intended audience, concerns, guardians, typographical conventions, recommendation definition, title, assessment status, automated, like this. All the things are here, but here our mostly technical part is the first. It start with the file system. Okay, file system hardening. So it says like ensure KMFS kernel module not available, ensure pre-XBS kernel module not available, like these are the deprecated either old file system kernels, so they are recommended to remove these. Okay, so configure file system partition. Okay, so in exactly what in enterprise environment happen, these are the not the just a simple install that we earlier installing, like in my video I also saw how you can install Red Hat Enterprise Linux, but that is for the normal build. If you are in any critical enterprise, then it's always recommended to create the file system partition manually during the installation. Okay, as per their requirement, as per your client requirement, and also as per the CIS benchmark guideline. Okay, so what guidelines say? Guidelines basically say there should be a separate partition for /tmp at device level. Okay, it means there will be separate device for /tmp/dvshm/home It means separate partitions should exist there. Okay, so they cannot hamper the complete system, because what does mean, if TMP will full, then it will be allocated from the same partition, then complete system will get affected. So for that reason, they have suggested to use the different um, partitions for mounting, like dev system for mounting slash home, for mounting slash where, for mounting slash where TMP, for mounting slash bear log audit. Okay, so in our video, so we will cover from scratch. So I will show you the how you can install that, how we can create a separate partition. Although this is not a production environment, this is my lab environment. So here I will exactly not able to uh, you can say replicate the production things, but I will try to do at with 99.9 accuracy. But only change will be the light with the sizing. Okay, everything will remain same. Okay, so let's this is my VMware Workstation Pro. So here I will initiate create a new virtual machine. Okay, here you can think like why I am not cloning from this, because this virtual machine has the standard automatic file system partitioning. Okay, so that's why I am not using that. Here we will require the manual partitioning. Okay, I hope you are understanding why I am doing this installation. Okay, I will make a new. Okay, go inside the create a new folder, RHEL line hardened. Okay, click on OK, click on next. I will assign like here 4 processors and assign 8 GB of RAM. Okay, as per your specification you can also assign the same. LSI logic, I will here go with the SATA and create a new virtual disk. Here I will choose at least 30 GB will be the required. Okay, although it's saying recommended size is 20 GB. Okay, but I will take 30 GB because we have to create the custom partitioning. Okay, click on next, click on next, click on finish. Now just go into the edit virtual machine setting, CD DVD, use ISO image, choose the ISO image, RHEL 9.7D, yes. Click on OK. Click on power on this virtual machine. Okay. Click on install Red Hat Enterprise Linux machine. Okay, it's coming, so wait for a few more moments. Here you can go with Hindi is also supported, but I will go with English. United States, continue, choose here. We want the shape. Here don't choose the manual partitioning, choose the custom. Okay, choose custom, done. Okay, now here you can choose LVM or LVM 3 provisioning. So here I will go with the LVM only. Create the required partition, mount point. First of all, mount point will be slash boot, and size I will choose here 1 GB. First choose the slash. Okay, and size will be around 10 GB. Why it's taking in MB? So just write GIB there. I will give around 15 GB to it. Sorry, 15 GB. Okay, click on update setting. Okay, now second is like slash, of course, slash boot will be here. This will be the 1 gigabit. Just give a space, click on add mount point, click on plus, and here sign slash OTFI. It will be like can give 1 gigabit to it also. Okay, now we will give to slash tmp. Other thing we don't want to create in separate partition, so here just we'll go with slash home. Slash home size will be like we want to give around 8 GB. Okay, click on add mount. So you have to keep in mind, as here I am creating, just want to show the how we can create a custom partitioning here. Okay, so if you are beginner, then you must go with the automatic partitioning. Okay, now we will go with just one. Sorry, slash tmp. I will go with 1 GB. Now 2 GB is required, I think. Okay, and here /tmp will be the separate, and backlog audit. I will go to give one. Okay, so backlog audit home tmp is in separate partition. Here I want to give it now 10 GB. Why? Because I want to reduce that. Update setting. Now we have 3 plus GB of remaining. So we have also now we have where log audit. Let me check from the document of CIS. Okay, we require home /where /tmp /where log. Okay, where log and where tmp is also required. Where log and where tmp. I separate mount point partition. Okay, so we will give where log to GIP and click on add mount. Okay, where tmp can be we will also let me create /where /tmp of 1 GB. Okay, so now I hope all the required /home is in separate partition, where log 1 2 3 4 and /tmp is also in separate partition 1 2 3 4. Okay, let me check from our guideline /home where tmp where log audit, and they are also saying DevSHM as a separate partition. Okay, it means we have to reduce 1 more GB of space from somewhere for DevSHM. Okay, so go here for DevSHM. From where we can take, we will take, okay, from here we will just reduce 1 more GB. Click on where, here from we will take the DevSHM, okay, and assign it to 1 gigabit. So if you don't know what is the use cases of this, okay, so I will explain everything in detail, okay, in our hardening when we will going to cover hardening part. Click on done. What is saying? Warning, checking storage component. Click check for details. You have noticed the swap partition, although not strictly required in all cases, it will improve performance for more instead. Okay, so it's saying for the swap partition, okay, but let me also reduce 1 more GB from here, okay. Okay, so you have to give, like, best practice for swap is to, you have to assign the, you can assign 2 times of your RAM, physical RAM that you are going to assign in virtual machine. So here I am giving 8 GB of RAM, so here my best practice will be to assign the 16 GB of swap space, but I have limited swap space, so I will not going to do that. Okay, so because I already explained you, we are not able to fully replicate the production because we have limited resources here, but I will show you how you can do that in your production environment if you are going to do the same. Okay, click on done. It will say destroyed partition. Yes, click on accept changes. Okay, fine, it's completed with no issue. Here kdump is enabled, kernel dump is enabled. Okay, root password, here give the complex root password. Okay, not the weak one. Allow root SSH logging with password. It's not recommended, okay, by CIS itself, but here we are using the test environment. Okay, so here I will assign that allow. Okay, here you can choose the security profile. If you want to enable any security profile from here, then you can enable that. Like here it's saying CIS Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9 benchmark for level 1, or you can also enable for level 2. Okay, as I already explained to you. Okay, if you don't know that, then what it actually do, that it will do the same thing that we are going to do the manually. So let first of all apply from here. Okay, as we are going to perform those security, but in most cases we will not go with that because it will do the something that we have to sit with our customer and we have to analyze our requirement. Okay, based on those we have to create the manual script for that, and we have to change in those script. But if you apply from here, then here it is only recommended to use the level 1, level 2, because in level 2 if we apply it will enforce the more security guides there. Okay, so just select that, select profile level 1, and rest of the thing we will do the manually. So it will apply the basic security with installation. Okay, and rest of the thing we will check what we can do post installation as per our guide. Okay, so here is our guide. Like here, just what we have done till now, we have just created the separate partition for all. Okay, also we have applied the CIS profile 1 from that already comes with the Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9. Okay, so here we will also, let me show my here. I have already scripts ready for auditing that RHEL 9. Okay, you can, this is the public repository, so you can download this, you can share it, but you cannot sell this because that I published under GPL 3.0 license. Okay, so here you can see that completely. Okay, just go on to readme guide. So this is the things we have created some options in that script also. Okay, so here and also we have just I have done the sub customization in this script. This script is not solely related with me. Okay, so just here meanwhile it's installing. Let me show you the some things here. So here is our guide. Where it's here. Okay, so here after doing this we will mount it with the required parameters in etc first step. Then here it's come the package management section. Okay, so here we will like to implement this recommendation. You can see that here it ensure GPG check is globally activated, this. Okay, so based on your client requirement, you have to implement this CIS recommendation. Okay, because we are going to implement, and who is the ultimate owner of this in production environment? Your client is going to be the ultimate owner. If you are the client, then you have to think and decide what are your requirements. Like it can provide some functionalities of your operating system too. Okay, so be aware from that what you are doing. Okay, so these are the just a recommendation to improve your security posture. Okay, so it's a mandatory access control section. It ensures SLN is installed like this SLN MCS configure bootloader. So I will just show you the walkthrough of this, like configure system-wide crypto policies, like ensure wide crypto policy not set to legacy automated like this. And here Chacha 20 poly, ETM, CBC for SSS should be the disabled. Okay, like these all are the very widely detected by the tools when any periodic audit is going to be happened in your environment. So if you don't disable this, then they will I'm 100% sure they will give you the report saying this is the has the highest severity issue. Okay, when any OS audit will be conducted by audit team. Okay, so here some also like command line warning banner should be present here. Okay, like etc issue genome. Okay, like this. So this is the basically a 1100 page document. Okay, so you can't do the manually. Okay, like in your environment there might be 100 plus operating system will be there. Also some heterogeneous operating system will be there. Like this is for RHEL 9 only. Maybe in your environment RHEL 8 operating system will be there. Windows 22 server will be there. AIX 7.2 server will be there. Okay, some might be some network devices will be there. Some hypervisor will be there. You have to do the hardening. It means this is the very complex thing. Okay, not this is the not the just like thing that you can do in one day. Okay, you can do it one day, but planning is required things, because if you do suddenly implement all these recommendation, then it might break your environment too, because you might require the GUI genome GUI in your environment. You might require the NFS client in your environment. You may be require the some client like Samba client. You may require Samba server. You may require. Okay, but it will remove all those packages. Okay, so here it's recommended, because what it's basically going to do, it's basically want to reduce your attack vector. Okay, so we are not going to remove all things. Okay, we are not going to implement all the recommendation, but we have to take the decision like what we have to implement, what we have to not to implement. This is just a CIS guidelines. Okay, benchmark that you have to do, but certain things you need to do, like you can enforce this complete user management policies. You can implement password qualities. You can implement fail logs. You can implement these things. Okay, you can implement logging and auditing completely. You can audit. You can implement system logging. You can implement configure generally as per production grade. You can configure log file rotate. You can configure system auditing, data retention, audit the rules. Okay, you can also write the system maintenance rules and set for files and permission, and also same for user and group settings. Okay, so there are thousands of parameters that you need to do, and also on the thousand heterogeneous server, like this might be the Windows, as I already explained to you. So how you can do that? So for that you will be the required some scripting like solution. Okay, so here you can, if you go with rate, so there is some typographical thing that it tell to you, it will, so that you can easily understand this complete document. Okay, so let me check at configure file system kernel module. So it will, everything here is written there. So what is the use cases of that? So you have to read that first of all. If you don't know that, if you are not able to understand that, then you are not going to implement that. So here I will you can read that first of all. Like here it's saying first of all configure file system kernel module. So here what is, several of uncommon file system types are supported under Linux. Removing support of unneeded file system type reduces the local attack surface of the system. So here one more thing, here it's written there unneeded file system types. So you have to decide what is unneeded for you, okay, and what is not unneeded for you. Okay, so it's basically a general practice to remove these like that is like CRAMFS. Okay, if you are not using that, then you have to must write like the module is denied listed in file within etc mode probe.d directory. The module is not loaded in the running kernel. Okay, so here bash script is also there. Okay, you can easily copy and paste this script into your system and do the things. But here there is different script. It means separate script for everything, every implementation. Okay, so here I have already copied all those and consolidated all with in section wise manner. Okay, so here like you can see that we have put it some option there. Okay, so that you can implement the section wise rules there. Okay, so let me here check each whether okay, it's configuring add-ons here. So it might take 1 to 2 minutes more. So I will go there. Okay, so here this script is very simple script. So script structure is like core function, utility function, check root, verify script run as root, check file permission, validate file ownership and permission, log result function, check the record audit results to CSV file, mark section complete function, track the completed section, check section status, verify if section was already audited or not, and section wise breakdown is there like initial setup, 1.1 file system configuration audit. Okay, so it means audit section 1, respond 1 function is used for that, check kernel module configuration, audit section 1, 2 function is used. Okay, validate count options, and for 1.2 software updates, update section 1, 2 like this. This is the modular approach, okay, that we have used in our script. Okay, so it's generating init ramp fs, so it's a final stage. Okay, now it's okay, it's completed. Okay, wait for our system to come up. So here in my installation I have already, okay, so okay, I know this. Okay, just turn off this PC. So if you are also getting this type of problem, then here it's basically due to the 3D acceleration enabled in our setting. Just cut from here, edit virtual machine setting from here, go into options, then display, just disable accelerate 3D graphics. Okay, fine. Just turn on this virtual machine one more time. Okay, I hope this time you will not get that issue. Okay, yeah, fine. Here we can add one more user, password. I know I am giving the weak password, but this is again the test setup. It will, okay, I have enabled the profile 1 of CIS, so it will not take the easy password. Okay, so profile 1 is already inactive. CIS profile 1 that already comes with the operating system that you can implement during installation. So if you forget that, let me set a host name. Okay, so okay, profile is already set it, so here we can only do the SSH, but I guess root, yes, root login is enabled. If so that okay, I guess from here we are not able to log in also. Okay, so just we need to, as SSH login is also disabled. Why it's disabled? We have installed new system because we have already implemented the CIS profile 1 level of, it means it's already a hardened system. Okay, basic CIS measure of profile 1 is already implemented. Okay, so just to log out from here, we can only able to log in by using the UI. Username, right root here, and give the password. Okay, so we are here. So just copy, let me check the IP of this to 00140. Okay, let me copy those script to there. I guess that is not enabled root login, so we are not able to paste that. Okay, so I know that. Let me disable that for now. Okay, such find RHEL permit root login. Just going to the enter mode, permit login. And here we will enable that. But always remember, its changes has been done by the system itself by implementing profile 1, so it must will need to check inside etc ssh d cd etc ssh here such underscore config .ls here vi 50 redhat.conf. Okay, so here there is no custom rules are here. Let me go cd.ls here. cd sssd underscore config dls here. So here 01 permit root login.conf is here. So sorry, okay, now restart the restart search tree. Okay, now let me try to copy that. Okay, unable to do this session will be closed. Okay, still saying permission denied. Okay, let me check one more thing. Actually, security policy is implemented. That's why we might default to compliance code 01 compliance code reinforcement. Compliance code reinforce default on 00 compliance. Okay, let me check here. Copy, paste that. Let me increase the window size, otherwise you guys are not able to properly see that. Okay, fine. Grep -I permit root login. Okay, so if it's not permit root login, okay, so if it's not there, okay, so then we will use our non-root user. To copy inside TMP. So it's also not happening from here. So issue is looking something different. Why it's not allowing to do SCP? Okay, so it's saying public key password. It means somehow over the for SSH copying by using SSH, it's not taking the password credentials. Okay, so it's basically enforces somewhere. It might be enforces inside the some configuration files of PIM. We need to investigate that. Okay, so let's check here. Dot ls here search config vi ssh t underscore config here permit load is already yes, but might be password authentication to disable tunnel test password change to no here password authentication. We want password authentication. Yes, password authentication, yes. But I am damn sure it's using those permission from somewhere else. Okay, let me do one more thing. cd sssd config dot t ls here vi01 permission okay here let me restart okay let me try to do that. Yeah, now it's happened. Okay, so that was the actual reason why we are not able to do that, although we have it's not recommended overall to allow root login over SSH, but as if you are aware from all the risk, then you can allow that because it's my local system. That's why I have allowed the permit root login is equal to yes due to for doing the ease of things. Okay, so let me take the putty here. Okay, 192.168 200.140. Okay, accept that. I will log in by using root. It's actually a very big and complex password. Sometimes Let me take the duplicate session, close that session. Okay. Sorry. Now this time I will log in with Saurabh user. I will assign the sudo privilege to Saurabh user first of all. Let me from here. Let me assign the sudo privilege. Sorry. Come here, bro. Let me make Saurabh a root user here. Okay. Okay, I guess syntax is correct. One more thing I can do there. Wait. Okay, here it will be like this. Oh, wait, bro. So actually system is, I don't think why it's very slow. So I forget the actual syntax for no pass WD setting. So I will remove this, although you can search it on Google. So it's for now it's fine. Okay. So you can search it on Google. You forget that. Sorry, my bad. Okay, where that is, put it here. Let me restart the session again. Login with Saurabh. Why this is happening, bro, again and again? I have put a too long and complex password, that's why it's happening. Fuck. That's why this hardened environment is very tough to work. If we put the complex password, then it's also hamper our operationality. Okay, so I will show from here. Okay, cd from /tmp ls here. Okay, so here we have the script, so we'll copy this script to inside home. Okay, RHEL9 asterisk, sorry, okay, to /root cd/root ls here. Okay, ch mode plus x RHEL9 asterisk ls here. Okay, so right now just we run this RHEL9 CIS audit.sh with -h for help. So it will say show us what are the helps possible here. So here in this script we can see that we can either run each as whole, or we can run by specifying a section. Okay, here we can also take the output format in text, CSV or JSON format. Okay, so by default it will run all the checks. Okay, so for now this is the first time, so we will audit our system with all the parameters. Okay, so just here put all. If you want to specify the format, then here just also you can specify the format to is equal to txt or CSV. CSV is, I guess, the best one. Okay, because we can read it in text format also, and also we can if you required we can export for reporting purpose. Okay, so just hit enter here. So I say report bug, script execution failed with exit code 1. Okay, so ls here, df-h here, we are executing from /root. So cat etc fstab. I am damn sure all the issue just we are facing because we have already implemented the CIS benchmark security level 1 security. Okay, here you can see that defaults no dev, no SUID, no execute permission is already setted. So we can, okay, it's not basically able to use the /tmp for execution. Okay, so what we can do for now, we can just dilute that. Okay, and we will try to execute from the /tmp. Just for to showing you, just I am diluting this system, this hardened system. So all these issue we are getting because we are already implemented the CIS security one during the installation. Okay, mount -o remount /tmp. Your FSTF has been modified, but okay. MCTL time on reload. Okay, so find -tmp. Okay, so now it's mounted correctly. Okay, so now we can execute the script inside /tmp. If this script is going to use the /tmp, then we are ready to use that. So here first we'll run the audit.sh, copy that, paste that, -all. Okay, so it's running, and here it's saying 27 checks are failed. Where it's failed, basically password quality. Okay, these are pass. Let me check. Okay, cram free face. Okay, these are mostly pass. No dev option. Okay, fail because no execute option, we have just removed that. Okay, for execution, anything inside /tmp. Okay, otherwise all is fine. Partitioning wise, GPGs are not configured. Yes, we will not configure the GPG also in future for this system at least. Fail. It's basically grub.cfg has incorrect permission. Okay, we will correct that. So it means mostly that is already if you implemented the profile one, then most checks are passed. This means 52 checks are passed. Okay, let me show you one more example here. Here this is the profile one hardened system, although this is the just a normal RHEL install. Okay, so just I want to show you what is the difference between the profile one already hardened system auditing and what if we will just install by using the automatic provisioner. Then okay, so here, so that you have deeper understanding of each concept. Wait for system to come up. Okay, meanwhile just we can check the results.csv file there. Okay, we will check it by more. Okay, so here you can say that what options are setted, what is not setted, what are passed and what are the failed. Okay, here these are the this is the CSV. So this report you can see that directly, this audit report you can directly send to your client, like this is the current status of your system. Okay, so now what measures you want to protect and what measure you don't want to protect based on your client requirement, and based on with the client discussions you can decide that. Okay, so further that I want to show that here. Let me directly log in with the root. Okay, so this is the general installation that most people will do that. Okay, so here if I will show the etc fs tab output, then here you can see that this is the simple uh, installation. Okay, so here you don't see the most of the file system entry here. If I will show here, then it's also you can clearly see the difference between those and this. Okay, so here let me show you ls. Let me copy the files from there, or it's better to copy from local system because the password is very complex. I have put it that, but that I already mistyped multiple times, so I am not going there at that side. Okay, let me check what is the IP address of that. Sorry. So IP address is 139. That means I am correct here. Okay. So use this. Okay, this is the non-hardened system. Okay, so it's copied, so we don't face any issue here. You can clearly see that. Okay, now check ls here. Let me increase the size of this. cd/tmp cp RHEL strict to inside/root cd/root ls here chmod +x to RHEL strict ls here. Okay, so let me execute this RHEL 9, copy paste. Okay, so here only 35 checks are passed, whereas here we saw that it's around 52 checks are passed. Okay, so here we already run that. Here we see that 52 checks are passed by default, but here if 52 checks are passed, it's about among so it means around 65 to 70% score is already there. Okay, so for passing the CIS score, it's up to your client requirement, but it's recommended to at least match the 80% 80 to 90% of score. Okay, you are not able to match the 100%, but it's recommended. You have to do that you can. Okay, so here can clearly see that. If I will show you the here, it's basically, let me show you. So most of these are failed, like it's saying slash temp is not mounted, slash bear is not mounted, slash log is not mounted, warn is not mounted, and also clamp is not blacklisted, like this. Okay, so these are the things. Let me try to harden this. Already profile 1 harden system, let it's passing with 55. Okay, so let's improve the points. Let us audit this. Let me show you this first of all, because we need to change some parameters there, because it otherwise it will also remove this GUI2, because in CIS recommendation this genome desktop manager is not recommended at all, because it increases the attack vector as per CIS. So what we will do, let me just go into the GTM section. So go to the insert mode. What I will do there, I will comment this section. Okay, okay, so I have commented this. Okay, one more thing, it's let me set number here and go at, so it's about 1000 plus lines of code, around 1200 lines of code, 11 to 1200. Okay, so just I want to disable that module, so that we will not get error, because function will call that. Okay, wait for more moment, few more moment, because it's actually system is getting slow due to the very high load on that our system. Okay, sorry, wait bro, where you are going? Come down. Okay, so just we will comment out this. Okay, so that our genome should not go. Okay, so let me run that. Copy that, paste that, execute that. Okay, so it will take some time. So this is the complete procedure how you can do that. Although deep understanding of all these functions is required. Also, if you don't understand the basic script, then it's a bit difficult for you to do the hardening part. Okay, so here we will also discuss how we can implement in 1000 or 100 plus servers. Okay, because this is just I showed today by implementing in just one system. Okay, but what if you have a heterogeneous environment having RHEL 8, RHEL 9, Windows servers, AIX servers, and 100 plus servers in your environment? So if you will do manually this, then it's going to take very lot of time. Okay, so it's better to do it differently. So different way of doing very fast is configuring the Ansible tower, or you can also just configure a Ansible server and connect all those system. Okay, and trigger this in CIS benchmark scripts. Like if it has the Windows system, then some you can execute the some PowerShell script there. If it's Linux, RHEL 8, RHEL 9, then you can execute the bash script there. If it's AIX system, you can execute the console script there. Okay, so but that is also going to be tough if you are not aware with the Ansible. What is the Ansible? Okay, how you can connect and do the common task by using Ansible. Okay, on 100 plus server. So that I will cover in next video. Let me just show. Okay, so ls here. Okay, it's very slow. Just I will again audit our system with all things. All is by default, so just execute as 00. I will save to detail result and save to here. So I already checked today skipping shipping. Okay, so for that things we need to also read this script by, because we need to scan this one more time at same date. So we need to disable the date checking from our script. Okay, so vi key today, search for today. Okay, just go into insert mode. Okay, system is very slow, bro. Just give the multi-line comment here. Okay, so Now we can see that 60 checks are passed. Okay, it means now 60 checks are passed, only 17 checks are failed. So password authentication not set. Okay, so that we have manually done that. Password reuse limits not found. Password reuse limits not found. Okay, we will do that. Password quality minimum and 14 not set. Actually we have set it that. Okay, but we have a password that does not meet that criteria, so that's why it's saying host vi tcp wrappers etc host.allow does not exist, etc host.ini does not exist, dash we actually don't require that. Boot EFI reader has incorrect permissions. Okay, that's fine, we will not set the password for now, but it's recommended to set the password. Paper module not blacklisted, bfat module is loaded. Okay, it's actually running. That's why, like, we have also disabled some script from those code, like for the GDM module also. Okay, so here it's we have already set it that, but our all password is not meeting with those criteria, so that's why it is failing. So it means it's about if we say right now we have a score of 85% plus score is there, and some that points are missing. We are purposefully not implemented those points. We have purposefully not hardened that things because we have requirement of that. You can explain in that way. Okay, because this is just a recommendation. Okay, I have showed you how you can implement that. You can copy from my GitHub here, copy the code from my GitHub, and you can just copy paste and execute. I have already shown you. Okay, so you can download that, you can use that. Okay, in next video I will show how we can implement the same by using Ansible for heterogeneous environment. Like our environment will be in our environment in next video we will use the Windows and RHEL 8 and RHEL 9. RHEL 9 I already showed you, but in next video I will show how we can do the same for RHEL 8 and on Windows Server 22. So for that, stay tuned with us, hit subscribe button. Okay, for this security related video. Thanks for watching this video.